YouTube, welcome to the shop. This is part 2 of the High Density Shelving Unit, and today we're going to be routing out the dados and rabbets and getting it ready to assemble. And before assembly we're going to do the hand cut joinery. I got my little jig here. It's kind of acting up. It's old and it's kind of warped on me. I haven't used it in years, so it's going to be a little hard to work with, but it's a really simple little jig to make. I actually made this to make some shelves with some stopped dados, and it works great. And you can adjust this. Just got to make sure you get everything square. But I'll show some close-ups of that here in a second. Just letting you know, I've got a small laminate trim router, so I can't take really deep cuts. I'm going to have to take multiple cuts, but I'm not going to show every dado and rabbit and stuff. I'll show a couple things just so you guys can get an idea of it. Well, I've got the base here. I'm trying to do a mock-up. Trying to figure out where I need to put the dados for the shelf, so you can kind of see what I'm doing right there. So next thing I need to do is just basically I'll mark out the distance from the bottom to the first shelf, and then that to the second, and then I'll transfer those to that side, and then I can dimension the stock down, and the back or the base will be pretty much finished. I've got a little block down there that's a 1/2 inch thick block, and that's basically to represent the rabbet depth, because you lose a 1/2 inch in the corners. Well, I've got most of it marked out now. On both sides. Just because of the angles right there involved, I will end up doing the top part right there last, after I get those dados on the bottom and the rabbits on there and get that secured, and that way I can get it. It'll be a lot more accurate if I do that and wait to mark these out and cut these on at the end. Just want to give kind of a quick little rundown of this jig a little bit. First of all, I would recommend making the jig out of birch plywood and not 1x. The 1x tends to warp. Also, when you set this up, obviously everything has to be extremely square. The fence, the stop. Originally I made this for stop dados. That's what this stop is for. I put a little piece of wood right there so I could get a through dado. And this is for 3/4 inch material, or 1x material, which is about 3/4 of an inch. So I've got a center line and the inner and outer edges, so you have multiple ways of lining it up.